Hi, Erica McLean. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've been here before. Today's topic is part of a series that we're doing on selling your house fast for cash to these we buy as is. You've all seen the commercials, you've all gotten stuff in the mail, I'm sure. But we're looking at, there are 3 more properties that just closed recently. And let's take a look at what it cost the seller for not having the hassle of having to empty out the house and have it broom swept clean, which is what, when you're listed with a realtor, the contract calls for. No personal items left behind unless they were agreed, and the house is supposed to be broom swept clean. So let's see how much it costs these sellers. So this first property that one of these companies, we buy as is for cash, bought the home November 4th, 2024 for $84,500. When they turned around and relisted it, this is what they had in the listing description. Incredible investment opportunity in Midlothian. Single family, great potential, garage, close to all accommodations, including schools, parks, shops, restaurants, and more. Sold as is, not for rent or lease. It looks like this is the living room, and remember, they had listed it as is. So it doesn't look like they really did anything. Doesn't look like they painted it, because typically when they paint, everything is a neutral color. So looks like all they did was maybe clear out the previous owner's belongings. Looks like this is the dining room, potentially leading to the kitchen. Again, with these colored walls, I don't believe they even painted anything. Okay, here's the kitchen. It looks like they touched nothing. I don't even believe in this one that they switched out and put in stainless steel appliances. I believe these were already in the home. They don't look new to me. Okay, this one looks like one of the bedrooms. Again, they don't paint these colors. When they paint everything neutral. And by the looks of the carpet, it doesn't look like they even replaced the carpet. So it seems like for this property, all they did was remove whatever belongings that the seller left behind. So when you see what they turned around and sold it for, just for removing the stuff out of the property, unless it was stacked from floor to ceiling with heavy bricks, I think this seller left a lot of money on the table, but you judge for yourself. Now remember, they purchased this property on November 4th. 10 days later, they listed it at $134,900. It went under contract on November 22nd, so a very short time on the market, and they sold it for $148,288. So most likely they had multiple offers and people were bidding over asking. So tell me, what's your take on this particular property. Being they sold it so easy and fast to cash as is and didn't have to take anything out of the property. They turned around, cleared everything out, put it back on the market, and sold that fast for that big of a difference. So I guarantee you, had they spoken to a few real estate agents and gotten a true market value on that property in as-is condition, they would have been told a lot more than what they sold it for. But if that's the price that they wanted to pay for convenience, for not having to remove anything, then that just is what it is. So let's take a look at the other property. So this next property that sold recently, let's dive into see how much the seller could have potentially left on the table for just being able to leave whatever they didn't want in the house. Okay, so this one was sold on November 4th to one of these we buy as is for cash and give you such a fair offer. And they purchased it for $70,000. Okay, so here is the listing description from when this company turned around, put the house back on the market. Single family in Cicero, incredible investment opportunity. Living room fireplace, full basement, and 2-car garage, close to all accommodations, including schools, parks, shops, restaurants, and more. Municipal inspection completed. Buyer responsible for completing municipal inspection items. Sold as is. So it looks like they did nothing except remove whatever was left behind in the house. And in the town of Cicero, like many suburbs, they have inspections and things need to be up to code prior to closing, or the buyer can assume them. So whatever these items were on the list, the buyer agreed to assume them. Okay, this looks like what is possibly the living room with the fireplace that they mentioned, and looks like it has hardwood floors. So maybe besides removing whatever personal items were left behind, maybe there was carpeting that they tore up and removed to expose the hardwood floors. Okay, here we have the kitchen. Doesn't look like they did anything, again, except remove whatever personal property the seller left behind. Okay, here's the bathroom they had pictured. I don't think any updating was done there. Look at the wallpaper. Look at the fixtures. Only thing done, in my opinion, my belief, is they removed whatever personal property. Maybe they left some toothbrushes behind, and that's hard to get rid of. So here you can see that this We Buy As Is company listed the property December 5th. It went under contract December 12th. They listed it for $139,900 and it sold for $166,000. And remember, that's with the buyer assuming any repairs from Cicero that need to be done on the property. Okay, so with this one, it took them almost a month to relist the property. So maybe they were busy with other properties, or maybe there was just that much stuff in this house that they had to remove. Most likely, it was them waiting to get somebody from Cicero out to do the inspection so they would know what the repairs were that they were going to make the buyer assume. And again, with it selling for above asking price, most likely it was multiple offers. And a difference in price, they claim that they give you a fair offer. That was $96,000 difference. If you're unable to remove the stuff out of the house, I'm sure for a lot less than $96,000, you could find somebody to unload the house and put everything in a dumpster. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But let's now take a look at the other property that they was recently closed. Similar situation. Okay, you can see this next property was purchased September 12th for $300,000. Okay, it looks like this one, they actually did a little updating according to the MLS description. Updated single family in Naperville. Welcome home. Kitchen with beautiful quartz countertops, soft closing cabinets and drawers, and all stainless steel appliances. Now, they're not saying that the appliances or cabinets are new, just the countertops. Same with the appliances. Refinished hardwood floors, popular LVT flooring, and freshly painted throughout. Updated bath, 2-car garage with second floor loft for extra storage. This is a must-see, located in highly desired Naperville. Close to all accommodations, including schools, parks, shops, restaurants, and more. Not for rent or sale. They're typical ending to every MLS. Okay, so here's a picture of the kitchen. They have in the listing remarks that the countertops are new. The cabinets, I don't believe, are new. Same with the stainless steel appliances. They never mentioned them being new. So I think they painted this kitchen and slapped on a new countertop. That was it. Here's another view of the kitchen. And again, I think the only thing new is the countertop. Those cabinets were there. Same with the flooring and the appliances. That's my opinion. Okay, I'm assuming this is the living room with the refinished hardwood floors and a paint job. Now, I don't know if this is part of the living room or maybe a family room, but they refinished the hardwood floors and painted. Okay, looks like we have the laundry room here with no washer, no dryer, and possibly a not so updated electrical panel. Looks like this is the basement that maybe was not previously finished, so maybe they put up some drywall and put the new flooring in and painted. But my opinion, with those wood beams going across the ceiling like that, those were already there. So I believe this basement was already finished, that they just put new flooring down and painted. Now here's one of the bathrooms. They did say that the house had updated baths. They didn't say recently or newly updated. So I believe the bathrooms were already updated by the previous owner, and all they did was paint. Again, here's another bathroom that they said in the listing description was updated. I don't believe it was updated recently. This was an update done by the previous owner. That's my belief. So you can see with this property, they actually did more than just remove stuff. They painted, they refinished hardwood floors, put down some laminate flooring, and I believe, a new kitchen countertop. But I think that's all that was really done. So now let's see what they sold it for. Okay, remember now, they purchased this in September for $300,000. They listed it in November for $429,900. So it took them a couple of months maybe to get the painting done, or they didn't start on it right away. I don't think they got what they were expecting because it sold for $395,000. It did go under contract fairly quickly. They listed it November 17th, went under contract December 2nd. Okay, like I said, I think they were hoping it was going to sell closer to the asking price. This one they did put some work into, and they sold it for $95,000 more than what they paid for it, but they put in that countertop and they painted. That's not $95,000 worth of work, in my opinion. So, did the seller leave money on the table with this one by selling it to one of these as is companies? My opinion, they did. So, I've been in the business 25 plus years. My job is to help sellers get the most money possible. So when I see these companies coming up with all these commercials and I get the ads in the mail myself all the time. Their big thing is their fair cash offer. They make it sound, oh, it's so simple. Well, is that simplicity worth large amounts of money to you? If it is, then those companies are for you. If not, then you need to speak to even a few different realtors and find out what the true market value is in as is condition. The only difference between them buying it as is and you listing with a realtor, you can still sell it as is you can't leave your personal contents that you don't want behind. It's not impossible, but the buyer would have to be willing to say, yeah, I want the property bad enough that you could leave whatever you want and don't worry about it. That does sometimes happen. But by getting it listed with a good agent and getting exposure, that's going to drive up the price. That's what these companies do after they purchase them. The first two we looked at, they did nothing but empty out the contents. Maybe there was a lot of stuff. Maybe there was hardly anything. And look at the significant differences in price. So I just like sellers to be informed. So as I keep finding these pop up, I'm going to keep making videos for you about it. So please, if you know anybody thinking of selling to one of these as-is companies, ask them to at least consult a few good real estate agents before they make their final decision. But I hope you found this information helpful, useful. So please like, subscribe, hit the bell, all the things we want you to do. But thank you for watching, and I hope you'll be back for another video. But otherwise, I will say bye for now.